NETRA Antoinette, welcome to Talia's book, Nook.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. I am so excited to talk to you. And I don't know if this is a funny story, but it did not register to me that you were an author until this summer. Like I never made the connection that, oh, this person who like I see often engages a lot. I did not make the connection until the summer. And I read Body Count, loved it, instant fan, went on to read Body Language. Cannot wait to talk to you about Silent Surrender, your first traditional release. But before that, I don't know if you've ever tuned into TBN, but we always start off with a game.
Okay.
It's going to be a rapid fire. I'm going to ask you 10 questions. And you're going to answer first thing that comes to mind. And if I interrogate further, I interrogate further.
Okay.
For those in the audience, keep your questions till the end. We're going to save those questions for the end. We do not scroll. I'll tell you when to ask your questions. But are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. What is your last 5-star read?
Parachutes by Sakura Allen.
Okay. I'm waiting for the audiobook. I'm just some of these books I'm just gonna wait for the audio, and I think the first book.
So you gonna wait for all three?
Not all three. Like when the first one, I think it comes out in January. I think I've seen January for a pub date for the audiobook. So I just be waiting. Like y'all read now. I'll read in 6 months. Whatever. Sometimes I'm just like I'm gonna wait. Okay, so parachutes. What's your least favorite trope?
Grumpy Sunshine.
Okay, why is that?
I would lose interest quick. I don't have time to make you happy like that. Like, I don't like a grumpy man.
I agree. And the girls are eating me up right now on Threads because I did my ranking of like the Delferno Selly universe, and Menace is at the bottom for that reason. Like, I don't. I can't.
I get it.
I can't do too grumpy. So I get it. What genre would you be writing if you weren't writing romance?
Psychological thriller.
Okay. What's appealing about that for you?
I love a good plot twist, and I like to make people think. Because if you think it's gonna go this way, I'm gonna make sure that it don't go that way.
You do plot twists in romance, regard like you're not shy when it comes to the plot twist, and we'll talk about that later. What's the most underrated book in your catalog?
I'll say Sundays at the Well, it's not really a book; it's a collection of stories. Mm-hmm. But I would say Sundays at the Salon simply because it's stories of different women who come to the salon, and y'all know we love to get our hair done. Yeah. So it's really just like a love letter to women, letting them know that we all go through things, but we can all meet together to get through them together.
Okay. What's your favorite story in that collection?
I think it's more. Dang, that's hard. Dang, I don't know. I'm gonna say braided, not bound.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that one.
Okay, and what number is that? It's a collection of 5 or 6. It's the first one.
The very first one.
All right. The last time you DNF'd a book, why?
Ew. Is this a safe space?
Yeah, just tell us why. Don't tell us the book. Tell us.
No, not in that way. Not in that way. Oh. I actually DNF'd the book this week because I need to write it.
Okay, that's good reason. Good answer. What are you currently working on?
I am working on the follow-up to Silent Surrender.
Okay, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit. Who's an author that's been a wonderful resource to you in your writer journey?
Oh, Natasha Bishop.
Okay. What is some of the wisdom that she's been able to impart for you?
Well, I attended her retreat. That's what kind of got me into writing. And she really instills in us that don't try to rush the process. If they're not speaking to you, just give them time. So more so that, and really just stay true to what you want to write, not what everyone else wants you to write, but write what you feel.
Okay, shout out to Natasha Bishop. Who is your most read author?
Um, I say Greg Hutchinson.
Okay. I think it might be that for me too. Either her or CCJ, one of the two. Do you read reviews?
I do sometimes. Sometimes. I'm not even. I do sometimes.
Okay, how do you navigate what reviews to engage with, and how do you kind of balance protecting your peace with reading essentially feedback? How do you balance that?
Well, the reason why I read reviews is for the feedback. I know a lot of people say don't read them, but it gets down to let me know how do you think I could have made this story better in that way that But if it's that bad, I'm gonna just take it to the group chat.
Okay.
They always gonna make me feel better. But yeah, more so. I read them at times, and sometimes I let like one of my siblings read them,
Okay.
and.
Do they like summarize? Like, do you have someone else, like you have a sibling read it and they
My
summarize?
sister, she messaged me one time I was having a bad day, and she was just like, I just read one of your reviews, and she was like, somebody said that they don't like the fact that River in Body Count was not in her soft girl era, and she was dominating men. And I was just like, okay, but I do understand that reading is subjective. Everybody doesn't like everything. So it's more so that, but I don't really get upset about that because it is what it is.
Okay. Who's your author bestie?
Lynette.
Amanda Lynette?
No, it's just Lynette.
Lynette? Okay, Lynette. So Linettete or Ly?
Lanette.
Okay. And last question. What book in your catalog took the longest to write?
Body Count.
Okay, why is that so?
Because I had to write it in a way that was very unapologetic. And I was really worried about, I work in corporate America. So I was really afraid that they would find me. But I just really, so that was the toughest one for me to write. And because it's not an experience of my own, but it's experiences of people that I know. So I had to kind of live through someone else while I wrote it.
Okay. Have you still? How are you maintaining separating corporate from this?
It is so hard. When I say I block them, their wives, if I see their kids, I block everybody. But it never fails. I come to work. I seen your picture you post this weekend. So I'm like, how? So I have mentally got to the point where I'm like, if it's for me, it's for me. If it gets to the point where they're like, we can't do this anymore, I have faith that I'm gonna be okay. So.
Okay. Well, that's the rapid fire. Block, definitely. That's the rapid fire. You survived. Before we get into your catalog, I want to talk about your journey as an author and part of your process. Tell me your earliest memories of books.
Books. Julie Jones. I think that's my earliest memory. I used to read all the time, so I can really. In high school, I had a really strict mom. So in high school, my friends would bring the Zane books home. Would bring the Zane books to school, and we would like trade. So my mom would think I'd be in there reading like Lemony Snicket, Series of Unfortunate Events, but I'm up in there reading Zane. So that's really my earliest memory.
Okay, what is your earliest memory of writing?
Like I said, I had a strict mom, so when you're on punishment, she would take everything, even the card, out of your DirecTV box. So I remember writing my first story when I was on punishment, and I wrote about a girl who did not have strict parents.
Okay, how old was that?
I would say I was about 10 or 11.
Okay.
And she's in his so she's gonna see it. She was very strict. So.
Why romance?
I'm a hopeless romantic.
Okay. So you talked about attending Natasha Bishop's writers retreat. what moment did you realize, oh, I want to publish work? Like, what was that aha or kind of like that sign for you to lead you to want to pursue writing professionally?
Um, it was actually a intoxicated thought. Um, I remember very vividly telling my husband one day that I wanted to write a book, but I don't know where to start. And he was just like, just do it. And I think like a month later, when they announced that they were doing the retreat, I was like, okay, this has to be a sign. So that was really my moment when I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this.
Okay. And what was that first work you published? Because I talk to authors, and just because it's their first book, that doesn't mean it's the first one they've written. What is it the same? The first book, the
Yeah,
first.
it's the same. It's the same one. It's I Rose to Become. That was my very first release.
Okay, okay. And how long did that journey take for you?
Ooh, I started at the end of 2023 and it did not release until January of 2025.
Okay.
So that first one is because you're really just second guessing yourself. So that first one really took a long time, and then I wrote it alone, and I didn't understand the importance of community because writing alone can get very boring. So when you have someone who will hop on and do a sprint with you here and there, or talk to it, increase my writing speed.
Okay. Okay. Um. So in June, I want to say of this year, you announced your traditional book deal with Black Odyssey, and Silent Surrender is due next June,
June the 30th.
June 30th. What was the journey from indie to hybrid, or kind of like what is the timeline? Because first book came out in January of 2025. You announced a trad book deal in June of 2025. First trad book comes out in 2026. You've released a whole bunch of books this year. So, like, can you kind of paint the timeline of when did the trad conversation come in kind of like your writer journey?
Yeah. So, a little while ago, I say like a year and a half, I started watching videos on querying, and I realized that okay, this is too much. And my first two books, which are I Rose to Become and From Duty to Desire, are contemporary simply because of the reason I said with my job. When it came to Silent Surrender, I wrote it, and it was the first thing that was outside of contemporary romance. And I just went on a limb one day and was like, I'm gonna query this and just see what happens. Um, I had already got a cover, did everything because in my mind they were gonna tell me that they didn't want it. But the next day they asked for the full manuscript, and
Wait, so you email one day, next day they're like,
next day they asked for the full manuscript.
Okay.
Um, and it like within 6 weeks, when I say that was the longest 6 weeks of my life, they got back to me and offered me a 2 book deal, and I'm like, okay, okay. Um, but I did not know what to expect. Because I'm an Aquarius and I really don't. I'm not too good with deadlines, but I understand. But with hybrid, even if I don't want to write, I have to write because they do not play about these deadlines, what they want, what they need. Even if I'm not feeling it, I have to make myself feel it. But it's still a good process. Indie is a lot because you're handling everything. But I will say having that background support with trad is amazing. It's a breath of fresh air. But as far as my other stories, like when I talk about Sundays at the salon, they're really, really short. Um, and so that is what was released in between the process of me querying.
Okay. Okay. What about being an indie author first has prepared you for this traditional release?
Um, I would say marketing. Because of course you have a publishing company behind you, but you have to. You're your biggest seller. No one is gonna know that book as well as you. So me being indie first, I understand the purpose of even though they're gonna push my book, I have to push it as well. So I think that's what helped me the most as far as going indie first.
Okay. Okay. Do you enjoy the marketing?
Oh, of course not. But But it's so hard. Like the easiest part, I will say, is writing, but it's like convincing. I mean, it's not bad once you get your foot into it. And I even went as far as getting. I got my master's in public health, but while I was doing it, I got a minor in marketing to see if that would help me. It helps, but at the same time, you really have to go with the flow of, okay, what's trending right now, what's gonna work. So I think it's more so just don't overthink it and just do it.
Okay. So now that you are exploring the traditional route, is indie publishing something that you're still going to continue?
Oh, most definitely, most definitely. I think because like the timelines are so different. Like I queried Silent Surrender in April, and they accepted it, and it's not coming out until next June. Yeah. So the processes are very, very long. So most definitely, I think I'll continue to do both.
Okay. Okay. So you're also a reader. So now that you've been on both sides, you are on both sides. What do you want readers to know about authors, and what do you want authors to know about readers?
As far as what I want readers to know about authors is, we're not machines. So sometimes I know, and I know y'all mean well, but sometimes it just be like, I want to hurry up and get it to you, but the more y'all want it, the more y'all say I want it, the more it stresses me because I'm like telling myself I need to hurry up, I need to hurry up. And so I would say just give us a little grace because we're trying to produce it to you as fast as we can. And as far as just telling authors, we just love y'all work. So it's like I can see both sides. We just love y'all work and we want to see what's next. So I do understand as a reader that they don't mean much harm, but they just really want to read something.
Okay, what are readers pressuring you about right now?
Oh, Chloe and Cairo. And I don't know if nobody knows the name because I was asking, has anybody figured out the name? Because I put the name of the next book in the epilogue.
Okay.
And I was like, I wonder if anybody gonna pick up on the name of the next book.
I don't know. I don't think I picked up on it.
So everybody thought it had something to do with body. And I was like, no, the series is Mind, Body, and Soul.
Okay.
So the next book will be called Mind Games.
Okay. Okay. Is this going to be a second chance?
I'm not gonna say second chance. I'm not gonna say second chance. I'm gonna say because right now it's leading into a why choose.
Okay. Okay, so, I like that.
That's where we're going right now. That's
okay, because I don't know if I like that man for real. I don't know if he's really that deserving of redemption. Mm-hmm. So you know what? Good compromise.
Just trust the process. Just trust the process. I think I would love him. I think.
Okay. I like that because I don't. Yeah. Great. So Mind Games. And when are you thinking? When is Mind Games? What is your goal for timeline?
So I do what nobody knows, but now they know. I do have a novella coming out in January, and I am thinking that Mind Games will come late February, early March.
Okay. I'm writing this down.
Oh, you're good. I saved it just for you.
And tell us about this novella. It seems like it's completely unrelated.
Oh yeah, it's unrelated. But I just wanted to write something fun. Just paying my respect to a city, one of my favorite cities that I love. So it's called Hotels. No, Hotels. I'm sorry, Hotels, but it's spelled HEA.
So this is New Orleans.
New Orleans.
Okay.
New Orleans. Because I'm like an hour and a little over an hour away, and I've been plenty of times. But that's just a city that no matter how much you go, you're gonna always enjoy yourself.
I feel the same way. Okay, so that is due in January.
That's due in January.
All right. So we got books coming out. So let's transition to Mind, Body, and Soul. That's my introduction to you because, again, I did not make the connection I didn't. I was just like, why did I miss this? And everyone was talking about it. I consider it a viral success. Do you consider it a viral success?
Most definitely body count. That
Okay.
one really, that book changed my life, honestly.
Okay. One, congratulations.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, everyone was reading it, and I'm very much a FOMO. I'm very much a FOMO. I'm like, I will stop everything I'm doing because I want to read this book that everyone is talking about. And Body Count was definitely one of those instances where it's like I need to prioritize this because everyone's talking about this book without me, and I want to be in the number two. So Mind, Body, and Soul. What came first? Your inspo conceptualization for the series, or the inspo for Body Count, and then you built upon it after Body Count was out in the world? Like, what came first, the series idea or book one, that idea?
Book one, Body Count. That series came first, and as I was writing that Firecracker News, I was like, yeah, I gotta figure out something for her. So it came with, just the process of writing that first, and it just flowed.
Okay. And you said earlier that River's experience is not your experience. So where did you get the inspo from?
The group chat. Me and my homegirls, I don't know if every friend group does this, but especially when they're in a dating scene, we don't call them by their name; they have a nickname. So that's kind of where the blog came from, and I'm very big on this whole double standard thing. Like, I hate the double standard, and I just feel like women should not be they should not be labeled by their body count. So that was more so where the inspiration behind that story came from. Like, I want them to still feel like they're enough, still feel empowered just because I'm expressing my sexuality. How do I know what I like and don't like unless I go try it? So
Okay, okay. And again, viral success. Why do you think readers really enjoyed this story?
um because me, myself included, we're freaked out.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Mhm.
That's a good answer. What do you think? What parts of yourself do you see in River, even though that this is not your experience?
Mhm. Um, I would say the unapologetic side of her. That's more so me, and then the comedic part of it. Because y'all know I had to make her a teacher because I am like that with my kids. Motherhood is something else, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a serious person. I feel like I can't get through life being serious. So I wanted to include that comedic effect of it as well because that's me. It can be something so horrible happening, but I have to make a joke out of it. I have to find a way to laugh through the pain. So,
Okay. Why do you think Cross is such a good fit for our FMC?
um, I really wanted to showcase Cross being the type of man who met her where she was. I was saying this before. A lot of people, they like, okay, well, I need to heal, I need to do this, I need to do that before I jump into a relationship. Meanwhile, the men can come with every little thing, but we have to come healed. So I wanted to showcase a man who was okay with letting her express this and express that, and not trying to make her dim her light just to be with him. So
Okay. And you say the group chat was the inspo for this book. Are some of the blog entries inspired by some of those group chat conversations?
most definitely.
Okay, okay. All of them? Are they all real life?
I would say all of them but one. Yeah, all of them but
Okay,
one.
okay, okay. Moving on to body language, book two. We get, is it Nivea or Nevea?
Nevaeh.
Nevea. We get introduced to Nevea in book one, and body language. It comes in two parts. And in book one, she was very intriguing. I'm like, who is this girl? Who is low key stressing this other brother out? What was the inspo for that?
Um, honestly, mm, I really just started writing, and think, yeah, me and my husband went out of town, and we ended up going to, a ladies club, and I was like, yeah, I gotta make me a mixed ballerina. I gotta do this.
Okay.
So that's mainly where the inspiration behind that came. And I know a lot of people who are older siblings, and I don't think people understand like how hard sometimes it is for the older siblings to where like they have to make sure everything comes together. So I wanted to include that in her story because she had to grow up pretty fast. So that's where that inspiration came from.
Okay. And Nevaeh has been through a lot, and she has a lot on her plate, like in present day. Even for people who have not experienced the type of trauma and challenges that Nevaeh has experienced, um, what do you think readers can connect to when it comes to Nevaeh and her character?
Um, I think so far a lot of people love the fact that how strong she is and how it's so hard for her to rely on other people. Um Even though Kendrick was a good man, it took forever for her to just bow down and just let him take control. Um I don't know if that answered the question or not.
No, I think hyper independence is something that I know that I connect
Mhm.
to in characters, because I feel like I'm hyper independent. I don't want to talk for everybody in this chat, but I know there's a whole bunch of hyper independent ladies in this book, and I think just in general the genre as a whole, especially for like black romance, like indie romance, like I feel like a lot of our FMCs are learning to let go of that and to like, surrender a little of that control to someone who is deserving of that. So
And
like
I
I think,
get it. I
yeah.
get it. And I commend y'all, but with me, I don't want to worry about it. I want to call that man. Let him figure it out. So but I mean I really understand why some people are like that.
Okay. Okay. Do you have a favorite brother in the series?
Um I would say Kendrick is my favorite, but then again, Corday, nobody really he's a mystery to everyone for a
And I
reason.
like that. I'm intrigued by him,
Hmm.
and he's gonna
He's a
get his
mystery for a
own.
reason.
He's
Right, he is.
okay, and is it gonna be Soul? Is it
It's
is it?
it's gonna
Oh,
be so.
okay, okay. Um, um, so you talked about why psychological thrillers are appealing to you, but your books are no strangers to plot twists, cliffhangers. How do you balance, pulling the rug up under the reader, but also keeping them invested in continuing the story?
Um Well, to be honest, body language really scared me. And I don't know. Some people read the author's notes, but I kind of put a hint that it is a cliffhanger in it. Um, but I feel like it's all about how you lead the story. Because even though it was a cliffhanger, I knew by the way that I set everything up that everybody was gonna be like, even though I'm upset, I need to know. I need to see this through. I need to know how it ends. So I really just set the story up with so many question marks to where it was gonna keep them like they were gonna keep wondering, and it will make them have to read the next one.
Yeah. And even in body count, I did not pick some, like I think for a lot of books I'm like, oh, I know what's about to happen. I know what's about to happen. Like it's leading up to this. I feel like I missed all hints in
And I
both
put
books.
so many hints. I put so many hints. I was like, nobody ever thought about the fact how he just randomly knew where she stayed. Nobody picked up none of that, and I was like, okay, nobody picked it up.
Yeah, I
Okay.
was I was I was completely
We was too freaked out. We was
I
too
was,
freaked
yeah, and
out
I
to
was I was
understand.
I was blindsided like after body language part 1, and I think I read it before part 2 came out. So now it's just kind of like you're just sitting there and it's like I just I have to wait. I have to wait. Um why did you decide to break it up into 2 parts?
Um, Simply because it was gonna. I felt as if. I had a different route for the story, honestly. The way it was going to end the same way, but I had a talk with my editor, and a lot of people say the part two was really heavy, but it was so much that was cut out because it was heavier. Even down to like, I do understand a lot of people don't like on page things, but it was flashbacks. Without telling, it was flashbacks about her mom's experience. And so me going through that process with her, we were just like, okay, well, let's just cut it here and let them have that. And in the process, we're going to figure out how we're going to work this in a way to where it's good for the readers, but also it's not too much for them to say that it's too heavy on page. So that's really the reason why it was broken up into two, because we had to discuss, okay, what's the best route? What isn't the best route? So.
Okay. And I think you've already clarified, but like if one was to buy a physical copy, it's going to be both parts in one book, right?
Right. Both parts in one book.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. So physical readers, it's going to be parts 1 and 2 are in the book. So what parts of yourself do you see in Nevaeh?
I would say, like I'm very direct, very direct. The part where it's like, if we together, we together. You know, it's no confusion.
She did not play about like, you need to make it plain. You need to tell me what it is, and baby, there's no claims until you make a claim. Okay, so that's.
Because I'm like, with anything in life, if I don't understand it, I need you to dumb it down to me. I need to understand what you're saying.
Yeah, and I think it's also part of like her protecting herself. Because I think one of my frustrations with Kendrick's was, she already told you what you need to do,
right,
for the result that you want, and then you playing. So yeah, I get it. So yeah, Kendrick's was a little frustrating, in that sense. Tell us about Private Lessons.
Oh, okay. So Private Lessons follows Ty. And of course, like by the title, she started doing private lessons, and she is instructing this lady, this soon to be bride, who wants to, you know, her future husband is very introverted. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay, babe.
What do you want? I'm so sorry. I don't know what.
No, you're a mom. You're a mom.
Look, huh? Take this. Go tell daddy. Okay.
Unless you lock the door, it's a possibility.
I'm sorry. But yeah, she is with this very introverted man who's very routine. So yeah, it starts off as, you know, them working together, and it turns into something more.
Okay. And that is exclusively where?
It's on Patreon, but it's just early access. It is going to release next year.
Okay. Do you have a month for that?
I don't, not yet. Because you know these rules pretty strict with the trad. So I would have to follow the timeline, how it would fit within that.
Okay, so there's basically kind of like a period where you cannot publish anything else. Okay. Listen, don't get in trouble because of us. So you already hinted at Mind Games, which will be book 3 in Mind, Body, and Soul, and you've hinted a little bit at book 4. What can you tell us about book 4? Give us one little thing. Give us a trope. Give us something.
I want to. This might be. If I tell y'all this trope, it might be too much.
Too much for who?
Secret Baby.
What? Secret Baby? Okay. All right. All right. Secret Baby. All right. So let's move over to Silent Surrender, which is out in June. For those who are not familiar, who missed the announcement, can you give us like a brief synopsis of Silent Surrender?
Yes, of course. That is actually my baby. Silent Surrender follows 3 sisters. They they have their own operation going on where they eliminate men that the system just lets breathe through. The oldest sister is Stormy. She is a therapist by day, and she is an assassin by night. Rain, she is a funeral home director by day and the handler by night. And the youngest sister's name is Sky. She is the tech genius. She's gonna make sure everything goes the way that it goes. But yeah, this story was very near and dear to me. Because I have so many different representations in the book. It touches on dementia. It touches on a lot of mental health, grief. So it's a really good story, y'all, and I can't wait for y'all to read it.
No, the synopsis is great, and I think my question to you is: there's three sisters. Is this going to be like three books, or are we just focusing on Stormy? It's going to be three books. Okay, okay. Um, what drew you to romantic suspense?
Um, I just like to keep y'all guessing. Like I don't want y'all to, like I said before, if because like my author base that I sent it to, I would send her something and let her tell me how does she think it's gonna go, just to make sure that I go the other way. Okay. So I just like the suspense part of it. I'm a movie girl, and although I do love movies where I know how it's gonna end, I like it when I'm just like, I know they just did not do that. Okay. So that what pulled me into romantic suspense.
Okay, okay. What do you think readers are going to relate to in Stormy's character?
The same thing as before. I don't know why, y'all, but I love this hyper independency thing. I think they're gonna relate to that. But I will say that that book, it focuses a lot on romance. And you know, y'all know we love a love triangle. So y'all know I had to make sure that
there's a triangle. Okay. I know in the synopsis Nigel is in the synopsis, so he seems to be the hero. What are we gonna love about Nigel?
Now, I think you are gonna love the way that he handles her, the way that he handles her trauma, without even knowing the real her. So, okay. I think I like that.
Okay. And this, I think for the sisters, what they do present day, this operation is very much informed by their childhood. What did you want to communicate about family and sisterhood in Silent Surrender?
Well, I have 4 sisters. So that's where a lot of the inspiration came from. I have no brothers, so I don't even know what that life is like. But I really just, because I can be having the worst day. But if I go with my sisters, I don't know. I feel like, y'all know, sometimes, I don't know if it's just me, sometimes I don't want to be an adult no more. I want to go back to this carefree life. So when I'm around my sisters, it gives me that sense of there's something bigger than me. It's okay. It's going to be okay. So I did want to showcase the importance of sisterhood, whether it's by blood or just by friendship. That was one of the main things that I wanted to showcase.
Okay. Okay. And this book is out on June 30th. Is it done? Like what like are we printing? When are the arcs coming out? Like where are we in terms of like
it is done. It is done. I think they're going through like the last edits. So it is done officially. As far as arcs, I don't know. I have released names of different people who are gonna get it. So of course who's gonna get one. But yeah, I'm this is my first time, so I'm learning the process along with it because I really don't know how anything flows.
Okay. And what has kind of been like the most surprising part of this process for you?
I didn't think it was gonna be this tedious. Like I didn't think it was gonna be to the fact that they pay attention to everything. And I use a lot of words a lot. Do y'all know I had to go back and edit the 80,000 word because I used the word smile 96 times. There's not many other words I can say other than smile. So I think that.
So the editor was like, find something else?
Oh, they do not play. You would have to rework it. And I think that is the biggest, so I think that was, that was it.
Okay. Can you tell us about an edit that you received or feedback you received for Silent Surrender that you pushed back against?
The love triangle.
Okay. What was their concern?
She was saying that she thought that you guys would look at her in a different light, and I was like, not the book girl as I know. We love it. We love some men.
Because if they were concerned about this love triangle, then they would have hated body count. They would have never
hated it. Okay. She was just like, "Are you sure?" I said, "Yes, ma'am." And I was telling my best friend, I said, "I don't know." I tell them if they want to take this out, I don't know if we can move forward. I don't know. But yeah, I think it was more so that. But I get it. A lot of people may feel like she may be seen in another light, but in the end, it all comes together.
But yeah, not us. Like, I don't know what.
Not
I don't know how you substantiated. I don't know if you were like, here are all these books that, like, I don't know how you made your case. But we can tell you. We love choices. So like,
yeah. I explained it in that way. I said, not my freaked out community. We love that.
Okay. Awesome. Okay. So Mind, Body, and Soul, Silent Surrender. What's the name of that series for Silent Surrender?
It doesn't have a name yet.
Okay.
And I think we're gonna work on that when the second book is due, which is the last day of this year.
Okay, so it's due on December 31. Good luck.
Good luck.
But these aren't the only books in your catalog, and you did allude to them earlier. Can you tell the audience about pre-Body Count and kind of the books that you've already published pre-Body Count?
Pre-Body Count, my first book, which is I Rose to Become, it is a 3-book series. The third book has not released yet, but it follows 3 best friends. That series is called The Hideaway Haven. The first book, I Rose to Become, is basically she was in an arranged marriage, and she's finding herself outside of that arranged marriage. The second book is From Duty to Desire. It's a marriage of convenience between a doctor and a nurse who has a history of abusive relationship. And the third one, which I say it has not came out yet, is The Third Best Friend, and it touches a lot on, it's a second chance. And I think that's why it's so hard for me to finish, because, we don't spend the block over here. So I think that's the hardest one, but it touches a lot on postpartum depression, something that I battled a lot. So I have to keep taking breaks a little bit, but it's going to come.
Okay. How do you manage your self-care with writing about pretty heavy topics? How do you balance that? Wine, okay. Is that something you keep on? Prayer. Do you keep wine on hand while you write? Like, is that a part of your environment?
I always keep it on hand. I keep it on hand. I have to have it.
Okay, you just pulled it out. I was like, and I think you're in a different time zone, so I'm like, oh, this is evening.
Yeah, I'm an hour behind you.
Yeah, this is early evening. This is evening wine. So since your first book and now, how do you think you've grown as an author?
I think before, because I grew up in a church setting, I think before I was more so worried about people thinking that I lost my way, because of the way that I write. So I think once my mama told me that, girl, just go ahead, I think that changed to where I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to write what I really want to write, something that I want to read. So I think that has changed, and I don't overthink it. I know at the beginning I really overthink, like, okay, what would they say about this? What would they say about that? But now I just write it.
Yeah. And I heard you have quite a few family members in the chat tonight.
Yes, they.
So that's a wonderful show of support, and like the way you describe your upbringing, very, very strict, Christian, the fact that they're in the chat, I see them in the chat. Shout out to them. So they're obviously supportive of you. Do they read your work?
My mom is probably still on chapter 5 of the first book from January. But she told me, she said when they come out on audio, she promised me that she was gonna finish. So,
okay. So tell us about these audiobook plans. What's in the queue?
Oh yeah, nobody knows. Body Count comes out December the 16th.
Okay, who are the narrators?
Tree Taylor.
Love her. Mm-hmm. All right. You said December 16th? Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. And do you have a timeline for Body Language, the audio?
It's with them. All I know is that it is in production. So they did Body Count pretty fast. So I'm thinking sometime maybe March next year.
Okay. And you said Ace Bentley for the male narrator. Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. How involved were you in the process for audiobook production?
Oh, I was very involved. It's just, we got some great authors. Everybody kind of booked. So, but I was very, very involved on picking, and I just love Tree Taylor. So I had to pick my girl.
No, that's a wonderful one. I think Tree is so good. And I think for both characters in the series so far, I think the voice is appropriate for both, because she's very much like, I do what I want. It is what it is. Like, I feel like she has like that type of voice. I don't know if that makes sense.
She told me she's gonna post a teaser on TikTok one of these days, so y'all be on the lookout.
So you say December 16th. Is it gonna be wherever audiobooks are sold, or is it gonna be an exclusive on Audible?
That I don't know. I know I'm with Podium, so they said that we were gonna discuss that later this week. So I'm just waiting to hear back on that.
Okay. But December 16th, mark your calendars. Body Count, the audiobook. Really excited for that. So you talked about a novella in January of this year. Next book in Mind, Body, and Soul, you said maybe late winter. Did I get that wrong?
No, you're right.
Okay. Mm-hmm. What are you working on? Anything else outside of everything we discussed?
I want to, but I can't. I'm actually getting my second, y'all. I'm getting my second master's degree as well. So I feel like sometimes I'm a chicken with my head cut off.
Do you mind if I ask what you're studying?
Liberal studies.
Okay.
I don't know. Even though I'm probably not gonna. I don't know if I'm the only person. I like books. So I said, let me see if I can go be a librarian. So that's what I'm going through right now, and I will be done in May. Praise God.
Early congratulations. So how are you balancing writing with pursuing a master's degree, being a wife, being a mother, being an author? Like, how are you balancing everything?
My support system. And like now he's in there with with the kids, and then I will say, with me working corporate, I'm an operations coordinator. So I have a lot of time after I finish my to-do list where I get most of my writing done during the day. And I've learned to set myself a word count. And y'all might say this is harsh, but if I don't meet my word count by lunch, Sinitra cannot eat. I have to do my word count. Like, that's my reward. If I want to do this, then you got to meet your word count. So I'm very strict on myself as far as getting that done.
Okay. Where can readers keep up with you online?
I'm very active on Instagram. TikTok, y'all. I try. I'm gonna do better. Yeah, I would say Instagram, Threads, and of course Patreon. My Patreon, I try to make it, feasible for everyone. So it's not this expensive thing, but I do post exclusive content, deleted scenes. So a lot of times, if you want more one-on-one, I would say Patreon is the way to go.
Okay. And this is all like linked in your social media bios.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you have a Patreon. So this is an incredible first year. as a published author.
I did not think I would accomplish all this, and this is why I tell people, because I know you say that book coming out in 2037, and I get it, because that first book is. But I'm telling you, I think that me just trusting myself and doing it in my process, in my way, and not the way of the timeline people would think, it actually worked out for the better. So.
No, that's incredible. So now that first year of publishing under your belt, are you gonna be in person at some of these events in the coming year?
Now I'm so sad because I thought that I was gonna meet you at Petals and Prose,
Okay.
but it lands on my graduation.
No, please go graduate. No, go graduate.
So it lands. Okay, so I will be at Black Romance Book Fest.
I'll see you there.
Right now, as a reader, I am on the wait list. So y'all just say some prayers. I am on the wait list. I do have a book event in Houston of next year. I don't even know what they haven't announced it yet.
Okay.
And I will be in Chicago at Jessica Watkins' event. I think it's like
Urban Expo.
I will be doing that next September. So as far as now, I have 3 events that I'll be at next year.
Okay, so outside, are you thinking touring for Silent Surrender?
I am. If I come to the DMV, you gonna host me?
I would love to host you.
Okay.
And like seriously, let me know, because we will look through the Rolodex, we will find the bookstore, I'm so serious. So yeah, tell the publisher, release some funds.
We've been talking about it. They asked me, so I was more so just trying to figure out which cities and who I can, so.
Okay. All right, so you're outside. So for users, those who are tuned in, start asking your questions. We're gonna close out with a this or that.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Cross or Kendricks?
Cross.
Why?
Kendrick got a lot. He got that Arlette situation with him.
No, that really bothered me. I'm like, why can't you just let this? Why is this so hard?
The trauma.
Do you prefer character driven or plot driven stories?
Character driven.
Okay. Friends to lovers or enemies to lovers?
Friends to lovers.
Why friends to lovers?
I just don't see us being enemies and me liking you, because I'm gonna remember the time when I did not like you.
Okay, so you just don't like them. You don't like me. Like you don't like them. You don't like mean men.
I don't like mean men.
Okay.
I like to chase. I like to somebody. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Acts of service or gifts?
I'm a gift giver.
Okay.
But I prefer acts of service.
Okay. Pregnancy trope or epilogue baby?
Oh, I love a pregnancy trope. Yeah, pregnancy
trope. Do you prefer books or audiobooks?
I say books.
Okay. Fast paced or slow burn?
Fast paced.
Okay. He falls first or she falls first?
I'm a girl's girl. Of course, he falls first.
And last one, book talk or bookstagram? As a reader and as an author, I want to hear from each perspective.
As a author, I would say bookstagram.
Okay.
For some reason, the engagement is better. As a reader, I don't know why. Well, I can't say Thread. Thread is not an option. As a reader, I would say,
book talk.
Book talk, yeah.
Okay. And I must say, like, I really enjoy Threads. Despite the ups and downs, I love Threads. Despite the ups and downs, Threads has just been a great place, because it's such a lower lift. Like, you could just get on and talk. You don't have to set up a camera.
Worry about trying to put my hat on.
Yeah, you don't have to go on Canva. You don't have to set up your camera. You could just thread. So I totally get it. Audience questions. Let me scroll. Someone said Black Author Expo in
That's what
Houston.
it's called. That's the
That's
one in
what you're doing.
Houston.
Okay. Okay, so you're really out. Are you ready? Like, are you ready to hit the streets and hit outside?
I had to drink 2 glasses of wine to get on this live because I feel like I am awkward unless I'm comfortable. So I don't think that I'm ready, but I know that I have to push myself to be ready. So
Okay. Have you been talking to other authors about kind of like what book events entail?
not really. Maybe I need to do that.
Okay.
Not really. I'm gonna put that on my to do list.
Okay, and your first event is going to be in May. It seems. It seems like BRBF will be if you get off the wait list.
I've been there as a reader as of now, so I think I'll be able to kind of scope the scene out just a little bit.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. It's a BRBF is intense. So for your first book event, definitely if you are able to be a featured author, I think it's the greatest baptism by fire because it is a lot, but it's so much fun. It's so much fun. So yeah, you're gonna get your feet wet with the book events this next year. You're gonna get your feet wet. All right, let's ask some questions. Katie said you didn't give awkward tonight. You're great. You're
really?
great.
Okay, yeah, period.
And as your star continues to rise, you're gonna be doing this so often. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be nothing. You're gonna do the.
I have 3 more this month, so
yeah, it's a muscle. You're gonna work it. All of that. So Elion wants to know, are you going to write a book with the FMC as a chemist?
Yes. Actually, Corday, the last brother, his FMC is a chemist.
Okay. Did she know? Did she just know this? That
well, a lot of people know that full time I am a chemist, so I think more so, yeah, because I talk about that a lot on Thread.
Okay. Tish wants to know, as a person who has not read any of your books, which book would you recommend to start?
I would say, depending on if you like contemporary, I would say, I Rose to Become. I don't think nobody knows, but in body language, the OB, Dr. Talon, her book is From Duty to Desire.
Yeah.
So it's I created a world to where I would say start at body count. I would say start at body count.
Okay. Yeah, I think body count is a good introduction. Let's get some more questions. Someone said go NETRA. Elle wants to know, do you create your endings at the beginning of the writing process or later?
At the beginning.
Okay. Beasting wants to know, do you think you'll ever write a novella for the parents' backstory? I emoji, we need more about that dad.
I'm gonna say no because it won't be a novella, it'll be a full-length novel.
Okay. Is that in the works?
I have not started, so I will be honest, but I do have in mind, because I know a lot of people be wondering what did they go through that they always talking about. So I do have that in mind.
Okay. Final call for questions. If not, I'm gonna let you go. I know the kids they're waiting. they're like, what is mommy gonna be for? Because you have them with dad, but it's not the same.
It's not the same. He don't know where he's going.
Are your books on Ingram for bookstores to order?
The first 2, I Rose to Become and From Duty to Desire are. I'm in the process of working to get the other ones on there as well.
Okay.
But they are on Amazon if you guys want to get that off Amazon.
Okay. Call Me Sabrina wants to know, where do you get your story ideas?
Really just talking, I don't know if people get on Facebook a lot and just read some of the stuff that people do. And I just be like, that is a good story idea. Let me write about this. So I think it comes from me just scrolling and reading what people are. That's where a lot of my ideas come from.
Sai, is it Sai? It's Sai with 2 E's.
Yeah, you can ignore.
She said, "Are you gonna write a book about me?"
Yeah, that's my little sister. Yeah.
Are you gonna write a book about her? That's what she wants to know.
Yeah, she's Arlette in my last book, you know.
Okay. That's so funny. It's so great seeing your family in the chat and being so supportive. And I'm pretty sure at these book events they will definitely be part of the team.
Most definitely.
They're gonna be listen. Assisting an author at a book event is not a game. So but it seems like you have a lot of support from your family, so that's wonderful. Your grandmother Nanny wants to know, how can I babysit while you're out of town? Yeah, Miss Shirley wants to know. So y'all got to know what babysitting. Anyways, NETRA Antoinette, thank you so much. I really wanted to talk to you after reading Body Count, so I'm like, let's wait for body language to come out, and then let's be in conversation. Wishing you all the success. Cannot wait for the novella in January. Cannot wait for Silent Surrender, book 3 in Mind, Body, and Soul. I will see you at BRBS. And for those who want to keep up with you, where can they find you? What are your handles online?
Everything is NETRA, NETRAFG, on everything.
On everything. Okay. Thank you so much. I'm gonna let you go for the night. Thank you for joining. For all of you who are tuned in, we're gonna stick around until 9:30, and I'm gonna let you go. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
All right, bye.